Hola from the west side. It is me, DC, the Purple Diva, and welcome to Not So Random Chat. Happy MLK Day to those of you who reside in the USA, like myself, and happy Monday to everybody else. Hey, Miss Mahogany. Hey, Annette. How are you? Well, on this MLK Day, we have to think about, or reflect upon where we are now in comparison to the time that Dr. Martin Luther King was here. Now, we do know that for a portion of the time that he was out there, that he was really being used by others to change the narrative, so to speak, of some of the things that were going on within the Black community. But by the time of his death, he was at another page and was no longer willing to be used. And I do believe that's maybe part of the reason why he was assassinated, murdered. And although he is the only American who has a national holiday for him, it's because he was murdered, assassinated. And then you have to think about in our country today, even though we have had a president who is of color, where are we in regards to what some of the ideals that Dr. King spoke on? Hey, Miss Uppity. How are you? We all have to think about that. Because we still deal with a lot of the same issues, unfortunately, that were going on then. Just not in such a direct manner. For the most part, they're keeping the cross burnings down to a minimum, but, Black men and women and children are still being killed every day. They don't all make the news, but it's still happening. I know you did, Uppity. I know you were really, you were really feeling it. It's a lot to think about when you are a Black American, because this day is about somebody who was a person who was also a Black American, but it's because he was murdered. If he had not been murdered, would there have been more change? If Malcolm had not been murdered, would there have been more change? You know, those are things to wonder about. Hey, Mela, how are you? Happy MLK Day. So, you really need to, it's just something that, I'm kind of reflective about in thinking about the day. There were, lots of festivities here in California and specifically here in the Los Angeles area this weekend. I told you guys about the things that they had in the city of Inglewood on Saturday, where they had a big celebration. And then today they had, the traditional MLK Day parade on Martin Luther King Boulevard in, South Central Los Angeles. So, and that always gets a huge crowd. And they had a lot of events going on, around the country, obviously, today. Hey, Matt. And it's, for most of us, it's nice to have a day that, commemorates someone who was a Black American. Because, for some of us who are older, we remember when it wasn't a national holiday, when, the city that I grew up in, we generally got it off growing up. But I remember when, I first started working, where I would take the day off on general principle, Now I don't have to do that. Hey, Miss Mahogany. But it was, it was a good day to really reflect on where we are, really, as Black Americans, compared to where we were in 1968. Even though I know some of us weren't around, I was. So I was very young, but I was here. Whatever. But I don't look my age. I don't mind. But seriously, I remember, when Stevie Wonder was marching in DC to get Martin Luther King's birthday as a national holiday. I remember, that Mr. Stevie Wonder was very, very instrumental in the day becoming a national holiday, for those of you who don't know. That's one thing I can say, that he has always tried to use his celebrity status as a Black American in his activism. Because if you guys don't know that Mr. Stevie Wonder is an activist, let me educate you on that. This is the one thing that he's well known for. But if you look back in history and just look at things that he was involved in when he was a younger man, he actually met Dr. Martin Luther King. Hey, 50 plus. Hey, T Million. So, I know we all love Stevie Wonder as a musician, you know, master musician. But but shouts out to him for his activism, because he's one of the main reasons why you guys have Martin Luther King's birthday as a national holiday. He put his money where his mouth was and did many marches, you know, helped to you know, get all the required signatures and all of the stuff that needed to happen for it to become a national holiday. And it was not an easy feat, you know, for those who, you know, weren't around. It was not an easy feat for this day to become a national holiday, especially when you know what kind of country we really live in, you know? You know, just seriously think about it. I'm sure there were ulterior motives for some people to allow it to become a national holiday. You know, I'm sure everybody's heart wasn't in the right place in making it a national holiday. But it took a lot of work to make it a national holiday. So that, you know, really, so that people will remember the civil rights movement and remember where we were. Although when you look at things in a lot of areas, unfortunately, we haven't come far enough. We as a country have not come far enough, you know. And, you know, Dr. King, Reverend King, was about doing things, you know, the peaceful way, the Christian way. And, you know, it's very, very hard for many of us to turn the other cheek to hate because of the color of our skin. You know, because, you know, we were born with a color skin that I personally love, you know, but because of ignorance. So, you know, as a believer, I try to be peaceful. That's generally, you know, my nature. But I'm not a doormat either when it comes to that kind of stuff. And I think that a lot of people may have thought that that was the road that they were taking. I don't think that that's what they meant it to be. I think they didn't mean it to be peaceful, you know, but I also believed in Malcolm's by any means necessary, you know, because sometimes you can't be peaceful when you're fighting hate. So, you know, I'm one of those people who is in the middle. And if you really think about it, I would say neither ideology was 100% right. I think it would probably be somewhere in the middle. But where we are as people who are called Black Americans, and I'm going to keep it with the Black, only because here's my thing about African American job. Because it's our latest iteration of what we want to call ourselves. But if you think about it, we're the only ones who do that here in the United States. Nobody else does that who's in the diaspora. You know, they're just whatever country they're from. They're just their nationality. our country does that stupidness. But I digress. What I really want to talk about, what I really wanted to say is that you have to think about all of the things that may have happened during the time of Dr. King, but then you fast forward to the 21st century and we're still having things that are, in my opinion, are just as bad. I mean, I don't think any of us are going to ever forget about a young man named Trayvon Martin, because most of us have kids who at some point like to wear hoodies. It's a millennial thing, and we know that the stories that were told by the perpetrator were not the truth. We're never going to forget about the gentleman in New York, who was, killed right there by the police on the sidewalk, asking for help. Never going to forget about Missouri. We're never going to forget about Sandra Bland. We're never going to forget the Gina 6. There's so many that we're never going to forget that have happened in this century. And so when we think about, when we reflect on this day that is honoring someone who was murdered for the cause, because as I said, by the time he was murdered, he was no longer willing to be utilized however they wanted to utilize him. He wanted to make sure that what it was that he was really about got out there, and they didn't want that. So, and the same thing happened with Malcolm. But then you think about where we are as Black people now, and has a whole lot changed? Have we really come that far? Hey, DOD. Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg wears hoodies too. He's a millennial. It's a millennial thing. It's not even a people of color thing wearing the hoodies. Unfortunately, it gets attributed a lot to our youth because they like to wear the black hoodies. My son has several black hoodies. I mean, it is what it, and I'm afraid about that. I always tell him to take the hood off. Don't wear your shades. Don't wear hats. All these hats. That's the thing. Yeah. Do we really want to change? Well, the thing is that I believe that there are Black Americans who want to change, but it would take the entire country to change. I mean, the reality is although we are citizens of this country, we were brought over here as chattel. So, being equal is, and being treated right and humane shouldn't be a lot to ask, but unfortunately it appears to be a lot to ask, even in 2020. Yeah, I think that we are more aware Some of us are, Matt. Some of us are, I mean, some people, but see, some people still are under the impression they think that we made it because we had Obama for 8 years. But let's talk about the fact that he's not the descendant of slaves. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that through his mother, he's related to the Bushes. So, he's not really, us. I like him, and I am, I voted for him, but he's not really us. He's not. He's an American, He's truly what you would call an African American. Laugh out loud, y'all, because his father was African. Hey, Miss Pamela. Yeah, I think a lot of people are. Here's my thing. We as a people, and I'm not really speaking to the people that are in the chat. In many situations, don't really do the things that we could do for ourselves. And what I mean is that we see all of these other people coming into this country, illegally and otherwise, but they get ahead somehow, some way. Is it because they are loyal to their communities, perhaps, and that we are not so loyal to our communities, perhaps? Because, we see what happens every time that we've actually been that way. We prospered and it scared them and they destroyed it. Rosewood, anyone? The Black Wall Street in Oklahoma, anyone? So those are evidence that we could do it. We could do it. But the problem is that there's always that nemesis out there waiting to either help us destroy ourselves or come in and destroy us. But I think where we are in 2020, if we legitimately did those things now, I don't think it would be quite the same way. Especially because you have all the social media and all these other things and, all these ways to stop things from going that way. Whereas during those times, they were able to get away with a lot more openly. So, but then again, it would actually take us being of that mindset of working together. And that's really seems to be really hard for us to do. sometimes I think it's in our DNA, because if you look on the continent, that seemed to have been part of the Achilles heel, so to speak, no pun intended, for many of our brothers and sisters in nations on a continent in trying to get to become unified. Oh, the new Tyler Perry movie, y'all. Now I was going to talk about it. I was also going to talk about that Aaron Hernandez documentary. Now, the Tyler Perry movie on Netflix, I liked it. It was very interesting, but it was also scary from the fact of how it shows how vulnerable sometimes older women are, you know? And I mean, what they showed in that thing really, is something that goes along a lot, being scammed by somebody, not necessarily in that same way. Oh, I will. I haven't seen anybody pretending to be you, Mela. I like the movie, actually. I mean, but it did bring to light, something that's troubling, and that is senior citizens, and it's not even just women, but senior citizens being taken advantage of and, losing their shirts behind scam artists, con artists. The method that they, showed in the movie is probably not the usual method. A lot of times it's, other types of scams, but it's a believable type of way of, doing it, seducing, a woman of a certain age. So, I mean, I liked it. I thought it was interesting. I was happy about the ending of it, so to speak. I think that Felicia Rashad did an excellent job in the movie. And it was interesting seeing that coming from Tyler Perry, though. It was interesting that he chose to put that one out. Oh, really? It was something else in it for you? What was the issue? What was your issue with the Miss Mahogany? What was your issue with it? I just wondering, what was your issue with it? I mean, I was surprised with it coming, you know, from Tyler. I mean, because he goes deep on some movies, like that one he did that was dealing with HIV, that he had Jesse Smollett's sister in. But he doesn't really, you know, get all into it a lot in a lot of his movies, in my opinion. Yeah, I get it. I get it, Mahogany. I get it. Yeah. It was dark. It was definitely dark. You know, and the thing that probably would I probably take offense with is that, you know, why is it that you would paint it that way when it's a male and a female? You know what I'm saying? As though younger men don't actually fall for older women, because some of us still look good. I'm just saying. So that part I didn't, yeah. From that perspective, yeah. I see your point. Oh, no problem. No problem, T-Million. Oh. Are you talking about Miss Pamela, are you talking about the being molested as a child? Boo. Oh, you talking about the Medea one? I watched it. It was okay. I mean, you know, it was okay. Yeah, he does. You know, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he didn't have a whole lot of positive black love images around him growing up. I mean, but let me just say, my family's from New Orleans too, and from the poor part too. And somehow I see black love all in my New Orleans family. You know, so hey, Darren. Yeah, that might be why. But still, there are older women that are with younger men, and it's not, you know, it's not necessarily gross, depending on, first of all, the difference in age and what she looks like and what he looks like, you know. I mean, obviously, if she's like Granny and he's in his 20s, then yeah, that might look a little strange, you know, but I don't know. Because I don't even know what age they had the lady, but I guess my guess is that she was, I guess the character was like in her 60s, and he was like in his 30s, so maybe he was like half her age or something like that. Me too, Miss Pamela. I attract younger men too. Always have. Don't have a problem with it. Don't apologize for it either. I do not apologize for attracting younger men at all. You know. So. Well, I don't mean, let's see. I've never gone out with nobody that's half my age. Nope. That's never happened. So, and my cutoff is they can't be younger than my brother. And my brother is 10 years younger than me. So, if they're younger than him, then they're generally outside of my age range. To me. Unless, you know. So. But, you know, I'm not looking right now, so. Oh, you think that Tyler is faking it, Mac? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You know, there's all those rumors about him in the ATL. I don't know the man personally, you know. If his wife is a beard, you know, who knows? You know, I know that one guy in Atlanta. I can't think of his name now. He's on YouTube, and he supposedly tried to out Tyler out here on YouTube, and he was trying to out other people, I think, too, and somebody beat his behind, and then he came on YouTube after he got his behind beat. I mean, they jacked his face up. And this dude's not no little dude. I can't remember his name. Yeah, I can't remember what the dude's name is, but he's on YouTube. He's on YouTube. He's messy as heck. I don't know what a beard is. Or who doesn't know? Somebody doesn't know what a beard is? Well, people say that Kim is Kanye's beard. They say that women who are with Eddie Murphy are his beard. Means, you know, they're disguised. Means they're disguising themselves as heterosexual men by being with a woman. That's why the woman is called a beard. Allegedly. You know. Yeah, it's a term, Miss Pamela. It's a term. You know, like most people, a lot of us, you know, have learned what the terminology meant, you know, and I know it because, you know, I do have friends who are gay. So I've been hip to it for a long time. So, hey, Queen Bee, long time no see. No, long time no see, Queen Bee. Happy New Year. Now, did any of you guys see that Aaron Hernandez documentary on Netflix? We did. We watched it. And, you know, here's my thing. Okay. You know, I take seriously concussions with football players. I take it seriously. I do believe that concussions can cause issues for some. And that's the reason why the NFL is now taking it more seriously as well. Okay. And I know that his family donated his brain so that they could take a look at it to see if, there were things going on in him, mentally, that might have caused him to be more violent. And that may too be because of the concussions. Okay. But we also have the fact that apparently Aaron Hernandez was either bisexual or he was gay. And he didn't necessarily want that information out there. So that could be part of what it was. That's true, T Million. So was his fiance, who had a kid by him, by the way, I believe. So what was she a beard? Because apparently according to this documentary, lots of people around him knew. He apparently had a relationship with a football player in high school who was also in the documentary. And if you haven't seen the documentary, I'm sorry, I'm a spoiler. And I mean, now with Junior Seau, we know what was going. We know in his situation, because he took himself out, and he tried to take himself out before he actually succeeded in taking himself out when he ran the car off the road. On that Chargers team, out of those guys that went to that Super Bowl, my nephew being one of them, there's like 5 or 6 of them that didn't even make it to age 40. My nephew being one of them. He was on that team. If you ever heard of Chris Mims, he was number 94 on the San Diego Chargers. He was also a first-round draft pick. That was my nephew. And he played with Junior on the Chargers and was on the team that went to the Super Bowl. But the concussion thing is really, really real. And I'm not discounting that in the case of Aaron Hernandez, that potentially it could have caused him to be more violent. But I would not blame that on everything. That may be why he took himself out in the end. Because of that. We just don't know. He definitely left letters for people. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. So Mahogany, you know where he's from. You know where he's from. Yeah, see, and I have friends that are from New Haven, Connecticut. You know. Hi, Miss Gigi. Thank you for coming. Guys, please don't forget to smash the like button. I know I don't say it a lot, but please don't forget to smash the like button. Wow, Miss Mahogany. Yeah, so, I mean, Aaron Hernandez is just a weird case. I mean, we wonder the documentary makes you question, like, did he do all of this stuff to cover up being, gay? Is that why he went after these people? Because supposedly that guy knew. So, you just wonder about it. I mean, because here's what I'll tell you. My nephew used to tell me when he was playing in the NFL, rest in peace, Chris. He used to say, you don't want to know how many players in the NFL are gay. He says, you don't want to know. He just said it like that. Like it's. So to me, that let me know that there's a number, and they just aren't open about that. And, does it really make a difference? I mean, because they're playing football. As long as they're doing their job, but he had other issues going on. Yeah, exactly, Miss Mahogany. Trying to tell it's, and I mean, we all hear all the little stuff floating around about different, NFL players throughout different, careers and everything. And then, a few have come out after, retiring. But I mean, I refuse to believe that that him trying to cover that up was motivation for him, to be that violent and to do what he did. I just can't. I don't buy that. Could have been, blackmail, but, apparently his fiance knew about the boy from high school. So it seems that anybody who was close to him knew about that past relationship. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, Miss Mahogany. But the way that the documentary, they slanted it to make you think that that's what it was about. Because they kept bringing it up. They kept bringing it up. So, my feelings about the documentary are very mixed because of that. Just because of that. I mean, it's like it wasn't a really unbiased view. And, you know, so what if he was gay? I don't think that making that be why he was a violent person. Man, that's not right, y'all. I was very disappointed in the way they slanted it. You know, so Netflix could have done better than that. They could have done better than that. And doing it that way, y'all know I felt like I was watching Lifetime. I felt like it was Lifetime. You know, I when you make it about they made it about his sexuality. And it really didn't have to be like that. So, you know, my feelings were mixed about it. I mean, both of those came out, I think, over the weekend. Or maybe the Aaron Hernandez thing came out a little bit earlier. But I know that the Tyler Perry thing came out on Friday. You know, so I'm not sure how they really wanted it to come off. But to me, that's how it came off. That's how it came off. It was like, so you guys did this just so you can tell us that he was gay? And you're going to use that as an excuse? Really? Really, 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 really? But then at the same time, everyone around him seemed to have no issues with it and seemed to know. So I'm not thinking that you're telling me the truth or that you're slanting the documentary the right way. Yeah, I know. They didn't really give a full picture. I mean, they talked about his dad. You know, and I think his brother was interviewed. I mean, and they talked about, you know, him playing sports. They talked about his high school. But they talked about, you know, the trouble and stuff and him not going high in the draft. I'm just reading what you guys are saying in the chat. Yeah, Matt. When are you going to start? Summer. By the summer, you're going to make us wait 6 months? 6 months from now, huh? Okay. Well, by the summer, I plan on being monetized. Speaking of that, people have been talking about people not getting monetized because they had music in their videos and in their live streams and stuff. But as you guys see, this is the reason why you guys keep hearing the same music all the time. And if you notice, it's generally the same music that is in the background in my videos. Why do I use this music, you might ask? Because unlike copyright-free music, there's never going to be a chance of this music being reported as copyright music belonging to somebody else. That's why it pays to pay somebody to create music for you. And then, of course, I have the little music I created myself. Because people have had to go back and mute their videos before they went in for review, for monetization. Hey, Dallas Cowboys. Hey, Tatted Hearts. Yeah, people have had to go and go through their videos. That's why I won't play music. That's why I won't play other music. And if you do the copyright music, FYI, the copyright free music, you still have to go in and find every single page that it was on, where it is on YouTube, and you'd have to drop the link to all of those pages. You can't just drop the link to the page where you pulled it from. That's how that works. So we're going to keep it with my own music. Which can be found nowhere else on the internet. Because she gave it to me when I paid the fee. Oh, yeah, the reaction videos. See, I don't know. Yeah, on the reaction videos, I heard that they're not. I know that for some of the bigger YouTubers, I would say probably the middle of last year, bigger YouTubers were no longer were not getting monetized on their reaction videos because I guess YouTube was tired of seeing them. So I know that the reaction videos aren't really getting monetized. So if that's all somebody's doing on their channel, they better come up with something else because, yeah, they're not really monetizing reaction videos if that's all you have. Yeah, you can go ahead and recommend a place for free beats, Darren. You can put that in the chat. Yeah, because that's the thing that people are getting caught up on. They'll be playing music in their videos, and you can't play somebody's song. You can't play the instrumental of a song that's on the radio. Because it's going to get a copyright strike when you go for monetization and when it goes into review. And a lot of people what they're doing is then they're going in and they're deleting the videos. Don't delete any videos. Just mute the sound if you have to. I don't know how to do that, but I guess I'll find out how to do that in case I have to do that on any of my videos. Yeah. Okay, DOD, thank you. Hey, Terry. Yeah, but I mean, that's what has been tripping up a lot of people. You know, when they're going for monetization and they end up, you know, getting denied, and then they have to go back and make up that time. Somebody said that happened to More Eats too. DOD, do you know if that happened to More Eats? They were saying that happened, that she had went for monetization once before. Hey, story time. Yeah, David came in the room. David came in the room, Miss Pamela. He did. He did come down. He said he said hi to you, Miss Pamela. But that, yeah, so they were saying that it happened to a couple of people in regards to music, you know, in their videos. And then, you know, but I'm thinking, but here's my thing. Okay, so I know a particular YouTuber that a lot of their live streams are shows in Disney World. And they got monetized like right away. And, you know, some of those shows had to have music in them. So I don't know. Maybe they went in and muted the sound in their videos before they went for monetization. Oh, wow. Okay, so yes, that's what somebody was saying. They were saying that had happened with her, you know, but that's why I won't play no other music. So, I mean, I have four different songs, 5 songs for y'all, 6 actually, if I include the acoustic guitar one. You know, and it's the same music that I play in the background on my videos, and it's my music, courtesy of musical genius, my goddaughter, who I paid for it to create it for me. Because I just don't want to deal with no scariness about the music in my videos. Hey, Health, Weight, and Real Talk. Thank you, Darren. Yeah, I mean, just beats. And that's just the reason I even have it on the live streams is so that there's no dead air. You know, I mean, you guys know I used to do radio, and you can't have dead air on radio. So to me, you can't have dead air on the live stream. So even if I stop talking, like to drink some water, you still have the music playing. Somebody got doxxed? Really? Somebody got doxxed like that? That's what happened. Okay. Got it. Yeah, the reaction videos. Yeah, that's what I was saying. They started not monetizing those like in the middle of last year, because I remember some of the bigger YouTubers who were already monetized, but they wouldn't monetize those specific videos. So then, and some of them had been doing them for like a long time, and they had to change how they were doing their channel. So it's like you can do them, but I would say, if you're going to do reaction videos, wait till after you get monetized, and just know that those videos will not get monetized. It's easy on YouTube for people to give their good. Yeah, it is, I mean, people should be respecting people's privacy on YouTube. But there are people out there that don't give a rip and will dox other people, Wow. Wow, some people came to her house. That is crazy. That is insane that they came to her house. Why you'll never get money? I wouldn't say that DOD, because you have a whole lot of videos that are strict knowledge. You don't have that much just going after people or bashing anybody. Yeah, people just do stupid stuff on here. It shouldn't even be about that. You should just be here, the network, really find good channels, meet people from all over the world and stuff through the different chats, get to know people's contents and everything. I mean, what's the doxing about? I don't even get that crap. I really, really don't. Hey, Yo-Yo Diet. Thank you for coming. Hey, Baya, hey, and Glory. Thank you for coming. Exactly, Mahogany. Exactly. There are millions of people on YouTube. Millions. So, if you don't like how somebody is, there's a millions of other channels. Hi, Retro. Thank you for passing through to show some support. I appreciate it.
Good.
Wow, Matt. It's just YouTube to me. And I treat it like YouTube. And here's the thing. Anything that we say on here, just like if we're saying it on Facebook or we're saying it on Twitter, it's like you're standing on the street corner and you're yelling it out to the world. That's the way you have to look at it. So if you don't want it out there, don't say it. Don't put anything, that will give the snakes that are the trolls on YouTube information to be able to potentially dox you. It's unfortunate that we have to live in a world that way. But I mean, there's, some of the people that are doing the crazy stuff, see, they don't understand that there are people on here who will take legal action on their behinds. So they have to think about that when they do stuff, because some people aren't gonna, if once you dox them, they're gonna start taking legal action. Some people have an attorney on retainer, and they will do that kind of stuff, or they'll bring the law in on it. So that's why doxing people is nothing to play with. It's just so unnecessary. I'm like, we shouldn't even be thinking about doxing people. Why do you care about somebody who's on the internet? What do you care about them? Why do you care what their information is, where they live? Let them live their fantasy online if that's what they want to do. Because some of them are living a fantasy online. Whatever it is, if that's who they want to be, let them be who they want to be. If they ain't hurting you, let them live in their little fantasy world. Yeah, and YouTube has so much craziness. Political lines is nothing compared to the madness that goes on in the YouTube streets. I mean, today's been a relatively peaceful day in the YouTube streets. I said relatively because there's been a couple of things I've seen jumping off today, in people's community tabs, in other sectors of Black YouTube. They're like, you just be amazed. There are multiple sectors within Black YouTube where there's all kinds of mess going on. Some where people are just, dragging people, and then there's other ones where people are doxing people. I really just like, if you don't like somebody, unfollow them. Don't trash their channel. Now if they're doing something to harm people or something, that's a whole nother situation. But the other stuff is just crazy. Yeah, I know Dallas has been missing, period. Yeah, I guess because it is Dr. King Day.
Yeah.
And people decided to give it a rest for one day, but they'll be back at it tomorrow, I'm sure. I mean, shoot. There was stuff going on all day yesterday, and I wasn't even on YouTube, but I know there was stuff going on yesterday. You know. Oh yeah, Uppity Unicorn. I like your Malcolm X series that you're doing. It's very good. I stay away from them myself, Miss Mahogany. I don't have to. If I'm subscribed to your channel and it's drama, I'm probably not going to be there while you're doing the drama. Now, if you're doing content, then I'll come around for the content. You know, that's just how I am. Because I don't even know nothing about the drama. That's the thing. I'm not involved in it, so I'm not going to involve myself in it. It'll get worked out or not. What did you say, Uppity? They blocked it in America? Oh. You mean the one that I was in earlier? People can't see it now? Wow. Well, I'm glad I was there. All you have to do, Uppity, is mute that part of the video. And then they'll allow it to play. You just have to mute that one part of the video. Yeah, if you just mute that one portion of the video, go back and edit and mute that part of the video with no sound, then you should be okay. So. Wow, Matt. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Wow. See, that's why I try not to I just let it, I try to stay in my little Zen state. I'm telling you, I have enough drama in my life with being a caregiver with my son. I don't do YouTube drama. But now I did not follow this chick, you guys, but how many of you guys heard about what that situation with the with Nikki Tutorials? You know, the YouTuber who just came out as transgender because she was being blackmailed. Yes, I saw her video though. I did see that video because I guess because I follow other beauty channels. You know how, so it came up. So I listened to her video. Nikki Tutorials. They're white. You wouldn't have. But she's transgender. And because the video's getting so many views, it's popping up in everybody's recommendeds. But yeah, she was going to be outed by somebody as being transgender. And she's, you know, she's fully transgender. You know, the only thing is that apparently she had not told her fiance. So, you know, he found out along with, you know, or shortly before we found out, you know, before YouTube found out, you know. And I think she has been on YouTube since she was like a teenager. And she said that she transitioned since she's been on YouTube. Like did the full transition while she's been doing her channel. But that she had always lived as a female. So. She was born male. She was born male, uppity. And I believe she says she fully transitioned at age 19. So that's what I said, Health, what, Weight, and Real Talk. That's exactly what I said. She appeared to have remorse for having not told him sooner. You know, I don't know if she would have told the world if someone had not been blackmailing her, though. But she's gotten a lot of support. You know, and I think the support has been because, you know, she took control of the situation. And decided to stand in her truth of who, you know. And part of standing in her truth is acknowledging her past. And, you know, I know. I agree with you, Miss Gigi. You know, in the video, unless she was acting, she appeared like she was about to burst into tears at any moment. No, she did tell them apparently before she posted that video, but she indicated that they did not know until recently. So I would assume that they were told when she was being blackmailed. And then she told YouTube, her YouTube subscribers. So, I mean, it's unfortunate though that, you know, she was forced to do that. Because what if she wasn't ready? You know, because it can be very dangerous, you know, for transgender women. Let's be real about that. It can be very dangerous for them. So, yeah, like I said, T-Million, I don't know if she appeared to be about to burst into tears at any moment. So either she's a real good actress, or she was really upset. All right, DOD, thank you for being here. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It doesn't equal anything good. Yeah, T-Million, I think you may be right. You probably are right about that. You know, we'll never know. You know, but it's evident that now was not when she was going to do it. So, you know, blackmail is a sticky situation too, though. One moment, you guys. Let me just mute for 1 second. Let me see what's going on here. Hold on. Okay, guys, I'm back. We're almost about to shut down in a few. Good night. Good night, Health, Weight, and Real Talk. Thank you for coming through. As always, I appreciate it. That's true. That's true, Pamela. I mean, the thing is that how can, I mean, and this is just my opinion, because, you know, I don't know, you know, what it's like for someone who is transgender. I was born a woman. You know, I was born female, and I still am female. But, you know, for someone who has gone through a complete transition from, you know, one sex to another, I mean, I know that it's dangerous for them when they're transgender, whether they're fully transitioned or not, because You know, they have to be careful who they tell that information to as to how people are going to treat them. But you would think that if she was engaged to somebody, that he would know that before they got engaged. But, you know, she's saying she was afraid she was going to lose him. But when were you going to tell him? Hey, BB, thank you for coming through. Appreciate you for coming through. All right, Hackaday. Hackaday. Who are you, Hackaday? Who are you, Hackaday? I don't know you. Who are you, Hackaday? I don't know who this Hackaday is. You're me. You're you. Okay, you're you. Okay. So who are you? You don't have a picture. Okay. I'm not doing this. Not doing this. Okay. I'm sorry. They're timed out because I don't know them. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that person is. I honestly don't. I don't have time for that. Hackaday, you look like a troll. If you're not a troll, sorry, but you look like a troll. Hi, Kaloy. How are you? Yeah, I don't know. That was a troll. I'm just gonna say that's a troll because we don't. I don't know them. They don't have nothing on their channel. Good. Thank you for coming through. Please don't forget to smash that like button. We're gonna be ending it in a few though. We're almost about to end it. We've been on for over an hour and a half. No promoting in the stream. But, you know, if you say hi to people and do it the right way, people won't have any problem with going and checking you out. Yeah, the other one, I don't know who that was, but they just threw me off track. I'm like, what the heck? But yeah, with the Nikki tutorial, that's just my thing. I'm like, forget about the rest of us. Forget about the rest of us. Because really, it's none of our business. It's really none of our business. But the fiance should have known that. In my opinion, before they became a fiance. That's just my opinion, you know, because, you know, suppose this person wanted to have kids, you know, how were you going to explain that you could not have children and that you could not do in vitro? How are you going to explain those things without them knowing? You know what I'm saying? How would you have been able to lie your way through that situation? Thank you, Terry. You know, I mean, but like I said, it's unfortunate that blackmailing by, some scum of the earth, in my opinion. It forced the truth out of her. I wish that it had been something that she had done on her own, especially with her fiance, because the rest of us don't matter. The only person that should know that information is the person that they are in a relationship with, really. I mean, that's really, that's just, to be honest, the person that you're in a relationship should know whether you were born whatever sex you are if you are in a relationship with them. Because if you don't trust them with that information, why are you in a relationship with them? Yeah, that's what I don't like. They took the choice away from her, thankfully the information when given to the public did not come off, obviously with a lot of backlash, but probably because she did also let people know that, she was saying this now because of what was happening with the blackmail, and yes, that choice was taken away from her. But I would say at least with her fiance, it's something that she should have done a long time ago. And she said she wishes that she had. But that's their business, to me, I guess that's like that's the ultimate doxing. That would have been the ultimate doxing, because they would have put that information out there for a YouTuber. And that's just something like that. That's how serious doxing can get, down to something as personal as, what your actual gender is. Incredible. But people don't even think about that when they're out there doing all this doxing. For whatever reasons that they have for doing it. Yeah, she definitely has that freedom now, and it's definitely probably a weight lifted off of her, because can you imagine, having a secret of that magnitude? Wow. Yeah. But I'm sure her channel won't suffer. Like I said, I didn't sub to her in the first place. So, it's not going to make me go run out and subscribe to her, because, well, number one, I don't really subscribe to white beauty channels, because what do they have to tell me that I would want to be, checking out? That's just me. I do subscribe to some of the black beauty YouTubers. Oh, you sub to her? Yeah, I've never subbed to her. Like, I sub to some of the other ones. Like, I sub to Nappy Headed Jojoba. I sub to, what's that girl's name? The little girl with the blue eyes. Chrissy. Yeah, the one with the blue eyes. The girl, the brown girl with the blue eyes. I used to sub to Jacqueline Hill, but I think I unsubbed to her for some reason. She did something to piss me off. Yeah, I subbed to her, Chrissy. And then it's a couple of other ones that I can't really think of right now that mix in beauty with like natural hair. Oh, I subbed to Niecy Nash's daughter. She has she does a lot. She does beauty and other stuff. And then I subbed to this smaller YouTuber who's a makeup artist. Her name is Juliana Mayfield. I subbed to her. I might want a suntan. I got brown skin. I got brown skin, so I don't need a suntan. But anyway, guys, it is 11:15 here on the west side. And tomorrow I have to go to work. And I know I'm going to, tomorrow's going to be a rough day. After a 3-day weekend. But I will be back on tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat station. Anyway, guys, I thank all of you guys for coming and hanging out with me tonight and getting my Monday mood, going through all the different topics that we had tonight, including MLK. Hey, the porter, you came in at the end. I'm about to jump off. Thank you for coming, though. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. I appreciate you guys because you could have been doing anything else but spending time with me. But I appreciate that you did spend the time with me tonight. Happy Monday or Tuesday if it's already Tuesday for you. And I will see you guys later. Until then, peace and blessings from the west side. Bye, everybody.